Hi, my name is Isaac Wimberly, and I am the worship pastor at the Village Church, Plano, Texas. Before that, I grew up in Texas, in Greenville, Texas. Moved to Virginia for my sophomore and junior year of high school. When I was there, I liked the girl that was in choir, and so I decided to join up choir. It was an extracurricular thing, so you had to sign up for it. But when Virginia, the choir trip was to go to New York City and stuff, so it was cool. So I did that, got back to Texas my senior year, and the school that I was going to was a private Christian school, and they offered, you could do Bible or you could sign up to do ensemble. I could sing, I just couldn't really dance that well. So they'd make up the dances around me. I'd be like the guy dressed up as Santa Claus doing all the solos. I met a guy in that high school who, when we got up into college, we decided to start a band. I grew up listening to a lot of hip hop music. So we did a hip hop band called the Big Red Rooster. Started it basically as for a battle of the bands. We would rehearse his parents' garage, and so we practiced. We got some of our friends that knew how to play. A buddy knew how to play drums. Both of us, neither one of us could really play any instrument. We found some buddies that knew how to play, and we wrote a bunch of songs. We wrote a song about squirrels, which never really went anywhere, but it was a really good song. I'm sure it's super underground. You just haven't heard of it yet. But we entered this battle of the bands, and we actually won. The winning prize was to play at the Curtain Club in Dallas, Texas. It was like a Thursday night show or whatever. But most of our fans or friends at that time weren't fans of our little garage band, but friends. We just kind of told them all about it, and then we ended up bringing out 200 people to the Curtain Club. And then started traveling around some, basically the college towns in Texas and stuff like that. And then I guess that next year is when we got into talks with a label here in the Dallas area, and so worked through with them, got signed on to that label, and then we began to create more of a I guess a radio play album. Getting to work with cool artists. Well, back then, like I said, I've been doing this now for almost a decade, but back then there was a guy named Slim Thug from Houston we got to work with, and a guy named Akon that was making music then. I don't know if he's still making music, but we did some stuff with them. They sang on the record. But it was really during that time that we had taken, this little band from a battle of the bands in a garage to a signed band with that label, and just I kind of felt my direction. I was definitely the oldest person in the band. I was like 25, 26. I kind of felt like maybe my direction with music was going to go differently. And so right then, as we were kind of taking off, about to head out on a little tour of the West Coast, I quit the band. Took on an internship working at a studio in South Dallas called Spaceway Studios. Kind of just threw a bunch of, I guess, spaghetti on the wall in the lane of music to see what would stick. Graduated from the music school, finished out my internship, still stayed on kind of serving at the church where I attended. I had proposed to my girlfriend at that point, so we were planning on getting married, and we got married, and about 5 months after that, the church had asked me to come on to staff, basically to do kids music. It was about a year into me working with the Village that they had a campus in Dallas that was opening up. It would have been their third campus. And so I ended up going down there and kind of found where more of just the rhythm of leading people in worship, and just really fell in love with everything about that during that time in Dallas. Was there for 5 years, and like I said, now I've been here for 2 years. So one of the cool things about working at the Village is they allow me to really be an artist as well as a pastor shepherd. And so one of the things I like to write is poetry, and I really have felt encouraged and empowered to write and to perform those things. And so I'm able to, I guess, satisfy any sort of hunger that I have for artistry or anything like that, while being completely grounded. I feel really firm in the decisions that I've made, and that I feel like God has allowed me to walk in my life. And so